9:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Rumesh Piris and read by Heshma Samath. The headlines. The President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says, despite difficulties and obstacles, he is committed to overcoming challenges. The Premier Mahinda Rajapaksa points out that priority has been given to develop rural and estate roads to uplift the economy. All schools to reopen for O-level and A-level students from tomorrow. The NBRO states landslide early warning for 7 districts have been extended. The uninterrupted vaccination drive continues across the island today. The Turkish Foreign Minister expresses Turkey's desires to promote cooperation in economy, culture and education with Sri Lanka. The National Dengue Control Unit to implement a special dengue eradication program from tomorrow. The late D.A. Rajapaksa remembered. Climate activists rally around the world. Sri Lanka to start 2022 T20 World Cup in the first round. And now local news in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says he is prepared to face any challenges in the push for revolutionary change. He said that revolutionary change has been assured through his vision of prosperity policy statement. The president said he will face difficulties and obstacles, yet he was committed to overcome those challenges. The president expressed these views at a function held at the Mandaduwa Public Stadium to West 1,500 completed roads. Speaking further, the president spoke of how the tourism industry collapsed due to the COVID pandemic. As a result, close to 3 million direct and indirect jobs were lost. He added that in the face of an economic adversity, assistance was provided to the families of COVID patients, including an island-wide vaccination campaign. Furthermore, all public servants were paid on time and steps were taken to settle the foreign loan installments of $4 million on time. President Rajapaksa pledged to make a change for organic farming as well as renewable energy generation. The president called on all farmers to understand the situation and unite to overcome the challenge of green agriculture. The Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa stated that if the development projects were to stop in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, it would not be possible to continue the development program according to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's vision of prosperity policy statement. The Premier made this statement at a function held at the Mandaduwa Public Stadium to West 1,500 completed roads. The Prime Minister pointed out that the priority has been given to develop rural and estate roads to uplift the economy of the rural people in line with road development. The Education Ministry says necessary measures have been taken to reopen schools under the second phase, following months-long closure prompted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Accordingly, in-person education for students of grades 10, 11, 12 and 13 in all schools will resume from tomorrow. Earlier, the Health Ministry also granted permission to recommence tuition classes for O-level and A-level students from the 16th of November with 50% capacity. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance. Like a father, like a mother.
The Disaster Management Centre says at least 5 persons have died, 2 have been injured and another person has been reported missing due to the prevailing inclement weather conditions in parts of the country. The DMC said that 4,391 persons belonging to 1,143 families have been affected due to the adverse weather, while 635 houses have been partially damaged and 12 homes fully damaged. The centre said a total of 251 affected persons have been sheltered at 9 safe locations. Meanwhile, the landslide early warning issued for 7 districts due to the heavy rainfall experienced in those areas has been further extended. The National Building Research Organisation stated that the landslide early warning for Badulla, Ratnapura, Matale, Kegalle, Kandy, Kurunegala and Galle districts has been extended until 10 p.m. tonight. Furthermore, the sluice gates of the Deduru Oya, Rajanganaya, Veheragala, Mahavilakshiya, Yodavavar, Nalanda and Tabbova reservoirs have been further opened. The Department of Irrigation advises people living in the lowland around the reservoirs to remain cautious of water levels. A total of 91 COVID vaccination centres manned by the Army are in operation across the island today. Meanwhile, according to the Health Ministry, 13,523,722 individuals have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19, while a total of 29,278,573 vaccine doses have been administered in the country since January. For more details on vaccine clinics operating in your local area and the type of vaccines administered can be obtained by visiting the official website of the Health Ministry, www.health.gov.lk. www.health.gov.lk. Moreover, the epidemiology unit says the daily count of COVID-19 cases confirmed in Sri Lanka moved to 617 yesterday as 135 more people were tested positive for the virus. This brings the total number of confirmed cases of coronavirus reported in the country to 544,630. As many as 514,912 recoveries and 13,841 deaths have been confirmed in Sri Lanka since the COVID-19 outbreak. Official figures show more than 15,800 active cases in total are currently under medical care. The National Dengue Control Unit of the Ministry of Health has decided to implement a special dengue eradication program from tomorrow to the 13th of this month. The Ministry of Health stated that the operation is being carried out in 59 selected high-risk medical officer divisions in the western and eastern provinces. 22,902 suspected dengue patients have been reported in Sri Lanka as at November 4th this year. Of these, 2,979 were reported in October and 505 in the first 4 days of this month. The National Dengue Control Unit aims to prevent the situation from escalating to an epidemic stage. During this program, residents will be made aware of the mosquito breeding places and the removal of such places. The 54th death anniversary commemoration of D.A. Rajapaksa was held near his statue in Tangol with the participation of his family members earlier today. D.A. Rajapaksa represented the Beliatta electorate in the Hambantota district from 1947 to 1965. A founding member of Sri Lanka Freedom Party and Cabinet Minister of Agriculture and Land in Wijayananda Dahanayaka's government, he is the father of the former president and the present Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and incumbent President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. A total of 1,019 persons were arrested in a special crimes prevention operation conducted in the Western Province on Saturday. Police said the operation was conducted from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. under the instructions of Western Province Senior DIG Deshabandhu Tennakon. Accordingly, a total of 468 suspects against whom arrest warrants had been issued were arrested, while 393 suspects were arrested in connection with other criminal offences during the raid.
Just as love and freedom are important to a child, so too is knowledge. Encouraging their pursuit of knowledge is our most important responsibility as parents.
Sri Lanka Insurance Minimuthu Education Plans ensure a secure future for your child with a higher education fund, comprehensive protection and a range of additional covers. Minimuthu Education Plans for children who dare to dream. Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Taking a look at the main news story, the Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu says that Turkey wants to flourish holistic relations with Asia that has become the center of global economic power. inaugurating a new office of Sri Lanka's Antalya Honorary Consulate General in the town of Alanya, the foreign minister expressed Turkey's desires to promote cooperation in economy, culture and education. Referring to the strong bilateral ties between the two countries, Cavusoglu said that the relations have grown stronger since the tsunami hit Sri Lanka in 2004, post which President Recep Tayyip Erdogan paid a visit to the country. The foreign minister further commented on the country's financial relations with Sri Lanka and said that the two countries had set a target of $500 million. However, the current figure stands at about $102 million in the first half of 2021. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
This is Watchlight.
The Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asela Gunawardena, says, with the lifting of restrictions, the general public is ignoring all health guidelines despite constant warnings. He warned if the public could continue to ignore strict adherence to health practices, once again, authorities could be compelled to impose tougher restrictions in the future to control the transmission of the viral disease. Dr. Gunawardena emphasized that it is imperative that people must follow health guidelines in order to curb the spread of the disease, noting the number of cases surpassed the 600 mark yesterday. World News up next.
Coming up, World News.
Headlines first. Climate activists rally around the world. The US court says vaccine mandate on businesses. Iraq's Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi survives an assassination attempt. And now the stories in detail. Climate activists around the world have taken to the streets demanding more action against global warming as discussions are underway at the UN Climate Change Conference COP26 in Britain. British media report that protesters rallied on Saturday at 300 locations in Europe, Australia, South Korea and elsewhere in response to an appeal from youth organizations and NGOs around the world. In Glasgow, tens of thousands of people braved rain and filled streets around the venue where COP26 is being held. With participants in ethnic costumes performing music, demonstrators marched along avenues shouting that time is running out. Iraq's military says Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi survived an assassination attempt after a drone laden with explosives targeted his residence in the capital, Baghdad. Kadhimi escaped unhurt, but security sources told Reuters news agency that at least 6 members of the Prime Minister's personal protection force were wounded in today's attack. Kadhimi appealed for calm and restraint in a post on Twitter. About 3,000 protesters in Georgia have held a rally in support of jailed former President Mikhail Saakashvili outside the prison where he says he's on a hunger strike. Georgia State Security Service said the protests on Saturday were part of a planned coup devised and directed by Saakashvili. The stage was set for a potentially tense standoff between security forces and opposition supporters, but the rally outside the prison in the town of Rustavi, southeast of the capital, Tbilisi, was largely peaceful. And that was World News.
Development News.
The Prime Minister Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa stated that if the work on the development projects had been stopped in the face of the COVID pandemic, it would not have been possible to open 1,500 such roads. The Prime Minister pointed out that rural and estate roads have been given priority in the 100,000 kilometre road development programme and that the rural road network should be developed to build the country. Meanwhile, the Highways Minister Johnston Fernando stated that the first phase of the new Caledonia flyover and the Central Expressway is to be constructed over the towers will be open to the public by the end of this year.
Moving on with sports news.
Cricket. The automatic qualifiers for the Super 12 stage of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2022 have been confirmed following West Indies' loss to Australia in their final match of this year's edition. From the 12 automatic qualifiers for next year's tournament, the 12 teams that made the Super 12 this year, 8 will go straight through to the Super 12. Those 8 teams are hosts Australia, England, India, Pakistan, New Zealand, South Africa, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Following Windies' loss to Australia, they dropped to 10th on the rankings, just behind Sri Lanka, with Bangladesh rising to 8th. Alongside West Indies' 2021 Super 12 team Sri Lanka, Namibia and Scotland will also start next year's tournament in the first round.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U-Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
In business news, Sri Lanka Export Development Board and Boat Building Technology Improvement Institute, in association with Ministry of Trade, organized the first ever international virtual boat show Sri Lanka recently. The 7th edition of the boat show was organized virtually in order to continue the global presence of the show. To enhance the visibility of the Sri Lankan boat and shipbuilding industry internationally, the show was promoted extensively through Sri Lankan missions overseas, industry-related associations, chambers, etc., and through social media. And that was business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Sri Lanka stock index hit a new record peak on Friday, posting its highest single-day gain in 7 weeks. The ASPI recorded 220 points gain, its highest since September 21st this year. The Colombo Benchmark All-Share Price Index closed at 2.11% or 220.19 points, up at 10,632.21, its fresh all-time closing high. The ASPI opened trading with an 80-point gap and continued its record-setting momentum to reach a fresh all-time with an intraday high of 10,689.25. S&P SL 20 index remained in negative territory, reaching a 3-week low.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
And finally, the weather report. The Meteorological Department forecasts showery condition to enhance over most parts of the island during the next few days. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in these areas. The Met Department predicts showers or thundershowers to occur at several places elsewhere, particularly during the afternoon or night. It further says that fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in these areas.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
And to conclude this bulletin of news, a look at the headlines once again. The President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says despite difficulties and obstacles, he is committed to overcoming challenges. The Premier Mahinda Rajapaksa points out that priority has been given to develop rural and estate roads to uplift the economy. All schools to reopen for O-level and A-level students from tomorrow. The NBRO states landslide early warning for 7 districts have been extended. The uninterrupted vaccination drive continues across the island today. The Turkish Foreign Ministry expresses Turkey's desires to promote cooperation in economy, culture and education with Sri Lanka. The National Dengue Control Unit to implement a special dengue eradication program from tomorrow. The late D.A. Rajapaksa remembered. In news overseas, climate activists rally around the world. And sports, Sri Lanka to start 2022 T20 World Cup in the first round.